But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
When we think about the kingdom, most brothers think of like the small, minute terms. No, but the vastness of the kingdom, the greatness of the kingdom, dealing with the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and the information alone that we're going to receive when we get to the kingdom. That's on a whole nother level.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Shai. And what I want to get into today, all right, is a lesson, going into Rome all over again. All right, in this current beast system, okay, America, NATO, the EU, okay, is a duplicate, okay, of the ancient pagan Roman Empire, with America being their centerpiece, okay, America being likened unto Rome itself, okay, which, Rome consisted, the city of Rome, and, those EU nations, okay, pretty much as the empire. All right, like I say, with Rome being their centerpiece, and we have the same setup today, okay, as the NATO, American, EU. They represent, okay, their Roman authority, their once ruled in the known world, their Roman influence, that pretty much took hold in the earth. Okay, when you go to Revelation 13:1, it says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea." And the sea represents the people. All right, it was the Roman Empire. It started off as the Kingdom of Rome, then it became a republic. Okay, then under Augustus Caesar, it became an empire. Okay, so this empire, okay, that we know that they ruled the earth. Okay, with that mighty, with that mighty iron, okay, that mighty military, came from amongst, okay, the people. Okay, so John the Revelator is seeing this beast, okay, and this beast, symbolic also all of Esau's, major governments that will rule the earth. Okay, with Rome, being the most dominant. Okay, but when you go into it, Revelation 13:1, it says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy." All right, and those 7 heads going to those major governments, okay, that Esau, had established in the earth. Okay, you had the Romans, the Greeks, the British, okay, and Germania Major, Germania Minor, the French, and the Spanish. All right, Spain. Okay, and those are the major governments, that Esau, would dominate in the earth. Okay, so you go here and jump to 3. It says, "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death." Okay, and their head was the Roman Empire. Okay, and that's what you call the Dark Ages, when pagan Rome fell, the Western Roman Empire, and Jake, continued on in what you call the Holy Roman Empire, okay, under Constantine, okay, which you have the Byzantine Empire, in which Esau, Edom, Rome wasn't in power anymore. Okay, he was wounded. His rulership was wounded. Okay, It was badly. He didn't have, because it was wounded to death. He was out of there. Someone, just say someone gets injured real bad, a car accident, or some type of, gun violence. Okay, and they're pretty much in a coma. They're wounded unto death. They're not dead, but they're in the dead-like a state. And that's how Esau was for that 1,000 years, man. That pagan Roman Empire was wounded to death. Okay, that pagan Edom Roman Empire. All right, it says, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And his wound being healed goes back to the Renaissance period. Okay, when the devil was he rebirthed Rome in the earth. Edomite, supremacy was rebirthed in the earth. Okay, and he began to rule and colonize the earth. Okay, these Edomites began to conquer, and colonize the earth, man. And what did they heal? That pagan Rome Empire that was wounded. This is what the devil has established today, man. Pagan Rome in the earth again. Except this time it's global. Okay? And let's go here. And I got a few videos just to show, all right, some things. But let's go here to Malachi, which links up to that. All right, when you go to Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4, just to get to the point, it said, whereas Edom, okay, said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And see, the devil, remember, he was wounded unto death. Impoverished, he was out of there. Esau didn't have any influence in the earth. He didn't have any empires in the earth for 1,000 years. Okay, but during the Renaissance, he returned and built the desolate places, man. Okay, of his kingdom. Okay, it said, thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. And we're in this period of this devil constantly building. Since the Renaissance period until today, the devil is constantly building. And it's to the point he thinks he's going to build a technological digital empire, where he has even more control over the masses, man. But we are in the time where the Lord is finna throw down. This is why he's raised up the prophets. This is why he's stirring up this war. This is why he's allowing Esau Edom to move forward with his MOTB, because he's going to throw down. Okay? So this devil thinks he's going to crown, his enterprise, the Lord is going to throw down. Okay? But since the Renaissance period until now, this devil has been building, in every way. And his infrastructure, his influence, his deception, his technology, he's just been, constantly, building up. But now we're in the time where the Lord is going to throw down. Okay? So I want to get a few videos and some articles. Okay? Now, it says history of concrete. Now, I want to start because, you had other empires that dealt with concrete-like structures, but no one, built with concrete like the Roman Empire. Okay, and we're going to see that it went away for a while, and then this building with concrete was revived in the earth, all right, under New Rome, man. Okay? You see? So, I'm going to let this play, we'll go from there, man. Show you that, hey, Esau, Edom, that's their spirit, going back to Esau living in rocks, and they build everything mainly with rocks, man. There's concrete, man. Okay?
Of concrete. The earliest large-scale users of concrete technology were the ancient Romans, and concrete was widely used in the Roman Empire. Romans discovered that adding volcanic ash to the mix allowed it to set underwater. Similarly, the Romans knew that adding horsehair made concrete less liable to crack while it hardened, and adding blood made it more frost-resistant.
Adding blood. And I wonder where that blood come from. And then the scriptures say, woe to him that builded a town in blood, man. Like, these devils doing this literally, man. Okay, and we know we did it. They built America off the backs of slaves. Well, Rome was built off slavery, man. Okay, you see. So let's let it play.
Crystallization of stratlingite and the introduction of pyroclastic clays creates further fracture resistance. The Romans used concrete extensively from 300 BC for more than 700 years.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check your school's...
Why aren't you the landlord? Yes, you. Why aren't you the landlord? Every day...
Extensively from 300 BC for more than 700 years. During the Roman Empire, Roman concrete, or opus cementicum, was made from quicklime, pozzolana, and an aggregate of Paris. It freed Roman construction from the restrictions of stone and brick material and allowed for revolutionary new designs in terms of both structural complexity and dimension. The widespread use of concrete in many Roman structures ensured that many survive to the present day. The baths of Caracalla in Rome are just one example. Many Roman aqueducts and bridges, such as the magnificent Pont du Gard, have masonry cladding on a concrete core, as does the dome of the Pantheon. The Roman Pantheon was the largest dome in the world for more than a millennium and is the largest unreinforced solid concrete dome to this day. After the Roman Empire, the use of burnt lime and pozzolana was greatly reduced until the technique.
After the fall of the Roman Empire, the use, of pretty much building with concrete was greatly reduced. Okay? So, when this devil was rebirthed back into the earth, he brought all that back. It's just going to go into it. But, Esau was removed out of power. A lot of things that he brought, to society, was removed with him. You see? So that time was reduced, the way that people built, the way that nations and civilizations built. All right. When this devil, fell, was different. Okay?
Was all but forgotten between the year 500 and the 14th century. From the 14th century to the
From the year 500 to the 14th century, which that's, roughly 900 years. Okay? But that shows you, that 1,000-year period, okay, give or take, all right, that lines up with prophecy, man. Okay, matter of fact, let's get that prophecy real quick. But from that time period, no one was building, with concrete like that, until the devil would come back on the scene. This is Revelation 20, okay, and 1. And it says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, which was, Yahweh Shai. And he used men on the earth, all right, to overthrow, okay, the pagan Roman Empire, and to put this devil, to subdue this devil and push this devil out of the way. Okay, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent. I'm showing you that spirit of the serpent was in Cain and it was in Esau. Okay, that serpent turned into a dragon. Okay, under the Roman Empire, under Edom Rome. It says, which is the devil and Satan, the deceiver, and bound him for 1,000 years. Okay, he was bound for 1,000 years, man. Okay, that great wound. All right, that deadly wound. Okay, lasted 1,000 years. It's like he was in a coma. All right, for 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he shall be loosed a little season. And this is the season that we in now. Okay, this devil has been loosed in that bottomless pit. Just goes into this devil pushed into mountainous regions, in Georgia, Russia, or the Caucasus Mountains. Okay, a land that was pretty much, barren of resources. All right, and then this devil was allowed to come back during the Renaissance period and be loosed a little season, okay, and rebuild. Okay, and we're gonna go into how this devil rebuilt when he started to colonize the earth and come back into power, man. Okay.
18th century, the use of cement gradually returned. The Canal du Midi was built using concrete in 1670. Per 14th century, Solana was greatly reduced until the technique was all but forgotten between the year 500 and the 14th century. From the 14th century to the mid-18th century, the use of cement gradually returned. The Canal du Midi was built using concrete in 1670. Perhaps the greatest driver behind the modern usage of concrete was Mitton's Tower, the third Eddystone lighthouse in Devon, England. To create this structure, between 1756 and 1759, British engineer John Smeaton pioneered the use of hydraulic lime in concrete, using pebbles and powdered brick as aggregate. In 1824, Joseph Aspdin invented the modern Portland cement. He named his cement Portland after a rock quarry that produced very strong stone. In 1836, the first test of tensile and compressive strength took place in Germany. Tensile strength refers to concrete's ability to resist tension or pulling apart forces. Compressive strength refers to concrete's ability to resist compression or pushing together forces. In 1849, Joseph Monier invented the reinforced concrete. Reinforced concrete is a composite material in which concrete's relatively low tensile strength and ductility are counteracted by the inclusion of reinforcement having higher tensile strength or ductility. The reinforcement is usually, though not necessarily, steel reinforcing bars,
and that's rebar, and I worked at the steel plant. That's what we did. That's what we specialized in. I specialized in operating machines that will fabricate this rebar, depending on how the shape of the structure was for the concrete. And that's a very, heavy industry, man. Okay, that rebar. Okay. So you see, all right, this devil, he started to build. He brought back that old Roman way, that style, and not only the style, but the material that they built with. Except in this time he can reinforce the steel, the concrete. Okay.
It's usually embedded passively in the concrete before the concrete sets. Reinforcing schemes are generally designed to resist tensile stresses in particular regions of the concrete that might cause unacceptable cracking or structural failure. Alvord Lake Bridge, the first reinforced concrete bridge, was built in San Francisco in 1889. The bridge still exists today, over 100 years after it was built. In 1893, Court Avenue, a small street in downtown Bellefontaine, Ohio, became the first street in the United States to be paved with concrete. The first concrete high-rise was built in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1903. The Ingalls Building, as it is called, has 16 stories, making it one of the great engineering achievements of its time. In 1908, Thomas Edison designed and built the first concrete homes in Union, New Jersey. These homes still exist today. Edison envisioned that his design would meet great success and that before no time, everyone in America would be living in a concrete home. The first load of ready mix was delivered in Baltimore, Maryland in 1913. The idea that concrete could be mixed at a central plant, then delivered by truck to the job site for placement, revolutionized the concrete industry. In 1930, air entraining agents were used for the first time in concrete to resist against damage from freezing and thawing. In 1936 was completed the Hoover Dam, located on the Colorado River, bordering Arizona and Nevada. Up to this time, the dam was the largest scale concrete project ever completed. The first concrete domed sports arena, known as the Assembly Hall, was built in 1967 at the University of Illinois. 1999 was the first installation of a polished concrete floor in the US which was a 40,000 square foot warehouse floor for the Bellagio in Las Vegas. The tallest reinforced concrete building in the world was built in 2009 in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The 154-story building is called Burj Khalifa and has a total height of 829 meters. Last innovations in concrete industry include the self-healing concrete, which contains a specific bacteria that became active when the concrete cracks, forming either limestone or calcite, and the 3D printed concrete using 3D printers for items made of concrete.
So you see, all right, hey, this devil said we will return and rebuild, you know, and the devil began to rebuild in that same fashion. Now, you go here, okay, first civilization to build apartments, just to look, you know, quick Google search, and it says the Romans were the first civilization to build apartments. They was called insulae, okay. It says the Romans built insulae in the early imperial period to address urban congestion in their cities. The wealthy lived in individual houses, while the lower and middle classes lived in the communal, all right, insulae. Okay, so you see this same, all right, format being used today. Now they have, you know, more top dollar apartments, okay, but mainly there's certain apartments that are for, you know, your lower income, okay, your lower income citizens, okay, the lower tier of society, okay. It says insulae were multi-story buildings that could be up to 10 or more stories tall. The ground floor was typically used for shops and businesses, and you see that with these condos today, you know, where they have, you know, apartments, you know, above, you know, these certain shopping strips. Okay, it's the same setup, man. This is Rome all over again, man. Okay. It says insulae was dangerous due to the risk of fire and collapse. The highest apartments were the cheapest to rent because of extra flights of stairs and safety concerns. In ancient Rome, an apartment cost between 48 to 208 denarii per year. Okay, so you just, you know, go more into it. All right, but the fact, you know, that the whole concept of apartments started in Rome. You know, and that's a major thing today. And that's a major industry in America. Well, not in America, in the world. You know, because Spain, I think Spain has the most apartments in the world, you know, which is, you know, part of what this beast system. Okay. So I thought that was interesting. All right. And it just all proves, okay, that this is Rome all over again. All right, and you go here to the culture. All right, this freaky culture that this man, okay, is normalizing more and more. Okay, it says pedophilia in ancient Greece and Rome. While the practice of pedophilia today is a morally wrong and illegal act, some of the ancient Greeks and Romans regarded it as a common practice and sometimes something to be celebrated. Pedophilia was common in Greek and Roman mythology and daily life. Pedophilia is defined as a sexual attraction to children. In modern times, pedophilia is seen as morally abhorrent behavior and is defined as a psychiatric disorder. Acting on pedophilia either by obtaining pornographic material or children or partaking in sexual or romantic relations with a minor who is under the legal age of consent is illegal, but the ancient Romans and Greeks openly practiced forms of pedophilia, although it was not legally or morally regarded as it is today. Forms of pedophilia were common among nobility and were often seen as rites of passage for youth involved in them. Okay, and these things were normal. Okay, back during that time, and this is the culture that this man wants to fully bring into the earth. You see, the New World Order is not just, digital currency like that. Nah, he wants to normalize freaky deaky on another level. That's why he allows, this P. Diddy things to come out, because he wants it to be, because if you can normalize it in conversation, you can start normalizing it in culture, man. He's desensitizing people to freakiness, man. Okay? And this is this man trying to bring that Greco-Roman Empire back, man. Not just through infrastructure, but through, culture as well, man. Okay? Through the lewdness as well. And that's why the scriptures say this, man. Let's get it here. All right. Get two more. Well, I just want to bring out a few interesting things I've seen. This is Ecclesiastes 1:9. It said, the thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun, man. So just as people are, reincarnated in the earth, there's no new spirits on the earth. Everyone's been here several times. Okay, reincarnated. Okay, and what we see is the Lord reincarnates empires in the earth. That's why America is known as spiritual Egypt, Sodom. Okay, they come in that same energy, man. You see, and you gotta be in the spirit to see it. All right, and we know this is Rome revived in the earth, man. Okay, America, NATO, and EU, with America being that centerpiece, man. But guess what? As the Lord said he will throw down, well, how will he throw down? This is 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise. Now you go here into the heavens, okay, because it's not speaking of the atmosphere. When you go to the Thayer's Greek, all right, lexicon, all right, it says metaphorically of a city that has reached the acme or a peak or a zenith of glory and prosperity. And just as ancient Rome reached its peak, its zenith, its glory and prosperity, then it was brought down. Well, the Lord is going to do the same thing with New Rome on a much larger scale. The Lord is going to destroy the cities. The cities are going to be on fire, man. With America being completely destroyed, but the EU going to get touched up. It's going to be war torn too. This beast system is going to be, America being completely destroyed, but the rest of the beast is going to be heavily damaged by this nuclear exchange and the chariots, man. Okay? The Lord's finna bring fire to this beast system, man, with America getting it the worst. Okay? So going back, as it says, all right, it says, but in matter of fact, let's get this, just to bag that up, and then we'll go back to that. This is Jeremiah 49 and 13. And it says, for I have sworn by myself, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste, man. Okay? And the Lord looks at America as like a big city. He looks at the EU, he looks at these things, and the cities of France and all. Hey, the Lord's gonna lay these things waste, man. But America itself is like a big city when it comes to the judgment that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is finna bring, man. Okay? You read this in NLT, said, for I have sworn by my own name, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that Basra, okay, was Basra, modern Basra's America, will become an object of horror and a heap of ruins. It will be mocked and cursed. All its towns and villages will be desolate forever, man. They shall build, but I will throw down. Okay? So go back to here, the 2 Peter 3 and 10. And it says, in the which the heavens, all right, or the cities, okay, shall pass away with a great noise, those nukes, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All this concrete, okay, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. all these elements, the concrete, the rebar, the asphalt, okay, the sheetrock, okay, the wood, all the elements, all right, of the infrastructure of America is going to be burnt and melted with fervent heat. The earth also and the works, yeah, all this lewdness, okay, feminism, nigger culture, all this gonna, and the works of this place, that's gonna be destroyed, all right, with the destruction, man. These things are not gonna be, there will never be a baddie or a street nigga or a pedo. Okay, these things will never plague the earth again. You see? And it says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in holy conversation and godliness, man? So this is why we shouldn't be attached to anything here, man. You know, we should be completely tapped into the world to come, because this place is already marked for destruction, man. Okay, this place is already marked, all right, for complete obliteration, man. Okay, the Lord is finna throw down, you know, and this is why we separate more and more from the society and cleave onto the one that's to come. What manner of person are we to be, man? Okay, what should be our mindset and conduct towards this? You know, our mindset towards this place, you know, and our conduct towards the society that's to come. You know, so that's the point. So Lord will you brothers, you know, and you sisters edify till next time I say shalom.